Yo, what's up guys? My name is MOONBOY and today we're making dubstep. Dubstep is one of the most energetic and exciting genres in electronic music. It was really the main genre that got me excited to learn how to produce music because all the sounds used in it is like so crazy. Since it was first born in the UK around like 15 years ago, the sound, the raw energy has never stopped being mind-blowing. It quickly grew a cult following of people just excited about this underground sound, and a world of subgenres was born. Producers all over the world with different backgrounds put their own twist to it. It inspired even the biggest artists. Artists back here in the States are also taking this raw sound to new heights, creating something completely new entirely. That's really why I love dubstep so much. This is really like only the surface of what's to come. Who knows what's gonna be the future of dubstep. So today we're gonna be learning all the ways that we can fuse different subgenres together and make our very own modern dubstep banger. Step number one is the drums. All right, now to build our drum pattern, we have to set the speed of our song. Dubstep is usually around 140 to 150 beats per minute. So let's go over to the top left, click this, step to 140. Now for dubstep, it's very, very important that you have punchy drums. I put together a free drum kit for you guys. Let's start by adding a hat on every beat. I love starting this way. It helps me keep time and help just build the rhythm. Next, let's add a snare on every third beat. This is like the half of the bar. And then let's add a kick on every first beat. Quick tip, if you go to the right over here, we can quickly add reverb to our hats, and that'll give it this nice sizzle and space. And let's also add a ride on every kick and snare. And if we add some reverb and delay on this too, it'll add some more depth. Now after this point, we can just mess around with everything else. We can duplicate the hats, make it faster, and if we also add delay to those hats, it feels like the energy is picking up. So now we got our classic heavy dubstep drum pattern. Good job. But we can't stop there. So let's fuse UK and trap elements to make it more of a modern dubstep beat. Move the kick off one beat. This will give our beat a push and pull feeling. And if you want to add more groove, just add more kicks. Okay, I want to get extra creative. Let's add a very minimal, tight snare. With some ambience. I feel like the contrast with this like really minimal drum pattern and heavy basses is gonna make everything stand out so much more. What makes this pattern really special is the accent snares. This is a great way just to add more depth to a beat. We can add some more rhythm by adding a swinging hi-hat. I love its minimalism. Artists like Whethan love to make beats like this because since it's minimal and really tight and snappy, everything else such as the bass or vocal gets really emphasized. So it's just more cool, you know? What makes this pattern really special is the accent snares. This is a great way just to add more depth to a beat. Here is some secret sauce to making flavorful drum loops. Adding delay to your hats and also panning them from left to right gives your drum loops so much more space and depth. This could be the melody, the vocals, anything that gives you inspiration to build your song around. One really great way to get started on an idea really fast is to remix your favorite song. Right now, Whethan just dropped his newest song, Victory Lap, and you can't scroll on TikTok and not see a remix. So let's grab the acapella. If you want to download an acapella, you can easily do this by Googling song name, acapella. All right, so here is the acapella. Let's go one step further and chop it up to give it a sick rhythm. A great way to easily chop up vocals and give it this rhythmic feel is to treat it like drums or hats. I'm just gonna find a single word that I like in this. But let's cut that up and let's duplicate it like a hat. And then I'm gonna throw some of the chops in between just to give it this like dynamic, bouncy feel. When chopping vocals, I love to add reverb, delay, and compression to fill in the space. Remixing is actually an amazing way to come up with really sick ideas. I do this a lot actually, but often I like to use them as tools for inspiration. So if I get inspired by a sample or a sound, I will build a whole song around it, and then I would replace the sample with something original. And by doing that, you have an original song at the end, which is super cool. All right, now that we got our vocals down, it's time to go into the next step, the one that everyone has been waiting for. Step number 3, sound designing the bass line. Now, if we're gonna make dubstep, and especially this UK style dubstep, we have to make sure these synths hit really hard, but also have a catchy rhythm. So we're gonna be using multiple bass lines in this drop. I'm gonna be using presets from my new preset pack, Reaper. So we have bass number 1. This preset is the synth that Freddigan uses in the original. There's 3 key elements that make this sound. One is gonna be the saw waveform. 2, you add a filter, a low pass filter. And then last step, you add an LFO, creating kind of like a decaying effect. You do this by dragging the LFO icon right here into where you want it to automate, and then we have this. It's honestly really sick. I'm gonna use these notes and repurpose them and use it for the rest of the drop. Bass number 2. So this bass is very similar to the first one, but with some extra effects just to really bring out every element of the sound. I'm adding noise to have more frequency range to play with. And like the last one, a filter with high resonance, as well as the LFO automating it down. But now we go into the effects. We're gonna have an EQ just to clean up the frequencies a bit. And to widen the sound, we're gonna add some chorus and hyperdimension. To top it off, we're gonna put distortion. And then what's giving it that like really gritty, gutturally sound, the diffuser filter in Serum 2. This filter is actually really crazy. Bass number 4 now. This one is a classic bass used in old school dubstep, and a lot of people made it when they used this old VST called Massive. These kind of vowel-y yo basses are actually very simple. All it is some simple wavetables like a saw and sine wave being really, really filtered. I'm adding some noise right here. So we have the shape of this filter as a band, and then some high resonance, a little bit more filter, just to have that resonant peak. Really what makes that kind of iconic sound is the downsampling. And you can either downsample through distortion, or there's many different types of ways to do it, but it's just crushing the sound, reducing the sample rate, creates this like crunchy, like 8-bit monster sound. We're just gonna bring it up more by adding phaser, and we're gonna bring it all together with a multi-band compressor that really brings out every tiny element of a sound. It's almost getting there. And then now a little bit of reverb, another filter to kind of clean up those high-end frequencies. And then, of course, hyperdimension to make it wide. Now, after this point, all you gotta do is mess with the downsample. Just find that sweet spot that you like. Play around with messing with the resonance. Have fun with this LFO, drawing like a really cool, sick pattern. That sound is so sick. This is so old school. All right, for our last bass, I saved the best for last, pulsing bass. Starting with a sine wave and an LFO on the volume. Then adding sub and distortion to mix it together. Chorus to make it wide. Little bit of EQ, compression, another EQ just to get the harmonics. And here's how we spice it up. We're gonna shape the volume to be more cutty, push the harmonics even more, and then throw a frequency shifter. And that creates this really insane, unique sound that you can control and move around. Pro tip, you can mess around with the volume shaping rate as well, and even play with the frequency shifting. Alright guys, before we go to the last step and hear the final result, I want to share with you a really exciting announcement. As you guys might have guessed it by now, I've been diving back into the dubstep scene, really been having a ton of studio sessions with all kinds of artists, and I've taken everything I've learned from these sessions and used it to create the most advanced library of samples and presets me and my team have ever done. I'm calling it Omen Production Suite. Not only does it have everything you need to make a full song from scratch, it also comes with 7 really insane bonuses. Bonus number 1, it comes with Reaper Serum presets. This is a Serum preset pack full of 100 basses, synth leads, effects, really pushing Serum 2 to the max. All of them will come with 8 fully mapped out macros that you can customize and make a ton of variation. Here's a little preview of something I made with these presets. Number 2, it comes with flex drum samples. It has over 150 drum loops that really just hit different. Stuff like dynamic top loops, things you can put over your existing drum loop. Number 3 is Rude Vocal Sample Pack. This is a collection filled with hype vocals, even really useful things like build up vocal effects. Number 4 is gonna be Grime Synth Sample Pack. But even though these are built for dubstep, they're really dangerous for other genres as well. Number 5, I'm including a full 0 to 100 producer masterclass where I share exactly how to get started as a music producer and even how to get started with branding and releasing music. I've never actually done this before, and I feel like this is something that's gonna be very, very helpful for you guys. Number 6, it comes with Serum FX presets. This is literally the ultimate FX toolkit for bass music. Omen's coming out August 7th, and after 400 licenses are sold, it will not be available again. And those 400 people will have an exclusive library, like their own secret weapon that only they own and no one else has. If you want to make sure you get a copy and not miss out on this insane project, you can join the waitlist in the description below. This way you'll get access early, and on that page you can also learn more about everything that's inside Omen Production Suite, as well as downloading the free beta to try it out yourself. Also, thank you guys so much for the 200K. That's so insane. I love you guys.